So what's the one thing that stops a rolling ball, keeps your furniture from literally falling apart, and lets you walk across the room without slipping? Well, it's this invisible force, this constant push and pull that pretty much shapes our entire world. And today, we're gonna pull back the curtain on that force, friction. Okay, just picture this. You're at the park, you give a soccer ball a really good kick. It goes flying, it bounces, it's rolling across the grass. And then what happens? Without anyone touching it, it just kind of slows down and stops. So what's going on? What invisible brake just got slammed on? Yup, the answer is a little something called friction. And this force, it's kind of like a double agent. You know, sometimes it's the hero, and sometimes it's the villain in our daily lives. It's that unseen hand that brought our soccer ball to a halt. So let's break down what it actually is. Okay, so here's the most important thing to remember. Friction is what we call a contact force. That means it only wakes up and gets to work when two surfaces are actually touching each other. And, this is crucial, it always pushes in the opposite direction of whatever's moving. So if your ball is rolling forward, you better believe friction is pulling backward. It's really that simple. Now, it's really easy to think of friction as just a drag, right? Something that just slows everything down. But I'm telling you, without it, our world would be this crazy, chaotic, super slippery mess. Seriously, nothing would work. So let's start by looking at why friction is, more often than not, our unsung hero. I mean, just look at this list of everyday things. The fact that you can walk without slipping and sliding all over the place, that's friction. Hitting the brakes in your car and actually stopping, you can thank friction for that. Even something as simple as a nail staying in a piece of wood or writing on a blackboard, yep, all of that is possible only because of friction. And this quote about the carpenter, man, it just hits the nail on the head, no pun intended. When you hammer a nail into a piece of wood, it's this huge frictional force between the metal and all those wood fibers that grabs on and holds it super tight. Without that powerful grip, our houses, our furniture, they would literally just fall apart. And here's a perfect example of us actually using friction on purpose, to our advantage. Those studs on a soccer player's cleats, they're designed to do one thing, increase friction. They dig into the grass, create way more grip, and let players make those sharp turns and sudden stops. So we've seen the good side, but what happens when friction starts working against us? Okay, so for all the good that friction does, it can also be a real pain, a constant nuisance, really. It's the thing that wears our stuff out, wastes a ton of energy, and can literally grind things to a halt. So welcome to the other side of the story, the faux part. So this really gets to the heart of it all. What causes friction? Well, it's all about how rough or smooth a surface is. I mean, even something that feels perfectly smooth, like a sheet of glass, if you zoomed in with a microscope, you'd see it's covered in all these tiny little bumps and grooves. The rougher the surface, the bigger those bumps and grooves are, and the more they snag and grab onto each other. It's exactly why trying to push a heavy box across a shaggy carpet is a workout, but on a smooth wooden floor, it just glides. And yeah, all that grinding and snagging leads to some pretty big problems. We're talking about wear and tear on everything. It's what produces all that unwanted heat in machines. It's the reason parts get noisy, and it wastes a ton of energy and fuel. I mean, think about car engines. That awful grinding sound, the heat, the eventual breakdown, that's friction at its worst. It's a constant battle for engineers. And if you want a perfect example of wear and tear, just look at the soles of your shoes. Every single step you take, that friction, the same force that's keeping you from slipping, is also scraping away tiny, tiny little bits of the sole. It's invisible at first, but after a few million steps, yeah, you start to see it. It really adds up. Okay, so we've established that friction is both our best friend and our worst enemy. It's a total paradox. The really clever part, the human genius part, is how we've learned to tame this force. We've figured out how to turn the dial up when we need more grip and how to turn it way, way down when we need things to move smoothly. And we've basically got three main tricks up our sleeve for doing this. First, we can just make surfaces smoother. Think about sprinkling that powder on a carom board to make the pucks fly. Second, we can lubricate, adding oil or grease to a squeaky door hinge. It creates this super thin, slippery layer so the parts just glide past each other instead of grinding. And by the way, scientists are working on some wild stuff called super lubricants that get friction down to almost zero, which could totally change how we build machines. And third, we can streamline things. The sleek, curved shape of an airplane or a speedboat. That's all designed to cut through the air or water with the least amount of friction possible. All right, so we've covered the basics, right? We know what friction is, why it's a hero, why it's a villain, and how we can control it. So now, let's bring it all home and look at where you can spot this invisible force working all around you, maybe in ways you haven't even thought of. Okay, here's one everyone has done. It's a cold day, and you rub your hands together really fast to warm them up, right? Well, that warmth you feel, that is pure, unadulterated friction in action. You're converting the energy from that rubbing motion directly into heat. You're basically turning your own hands into a little personal heater. Okay, so now that you're practically a friction expert, here's a little test for you. The old cartoon classic, slipping on a banana peel. Why does that happen? Based on everything we've talked about, smooth surfaces, lubrication, grip, what is it about that silly banana peel that just kills the friction between your shoe and the floor? Go on, think about it. It really is this perfect paradox, isn't it? Friction is the invisible glue that holds our world together, giving us the grip we need to move and build things. But at the exact same time, it's this constant grinding force that's always trying to wear that same world down. So from now on, I guarantee you're gonna see it everywhere. When you hit the brakes in your car, when you hear a door squeak, when you light a match, you'll know exactly what's going on. You're in on the secret of this powerful, invisible force. So the only question left is, where are you gonna spot it next?